just don't know how to approach this episode whatsoever. Because I'm still not over... I'm still not over the last episode. I'm still not over that twist. I'm still... It's just something that... It's just something that you just cannot fathom. It's like if Giles suddenly was, like, on the dark side and wanted the world's end. And it's appropriate that I make that comparison because I did compare Boyd and Echo's relationship back in season 1 to Giles and Buffy. And this is a Whedon show, so... But... Why Boyd? It's just something that... It's just something that is just surreal, but yet it's happening, so... Oh, this is gonna be an absolute fun episode. This is Dollhouse. We're on episode number 12 of season 2, called The Hollow Men. Hello everyone, Liam Catterson here. Yes, we are on the penultimate episode, and, yeah, I think last episode, describing things as hottening up is quite the understatement. We had quite a bunch of revelations in the last episode, not just with how Caroline and Bennett's relationship not just began, but also how it kind of frizzled as well with Caroline's actions. And like I said, it's that nice area where you can see both points as well. We also had Bennett being offed by a returning Saunders, who we also saw that scene from Avatar 1 play out in this episode as a present scene, not just a flash forward, like Avatar 1 presented. But yeah, we had that, and that twist at the end. Boyd is the other founding partner for Rossum. So, yeah, it's just that you never imagined Boyd to be one of the guys to bring about the end of the world, but yeah, and this sadly explains why he wasn't really a prominent member in the Flash Forwards, was he? He was only in that scene with Saunders, and yeah. He wasn't in, with the group when they investigated the dollhouse, or whatever. So I'm just really curious to see how this episode's going to go. So with that said, let's get into episode number 12 of season 2. This is The Hollow Men of Dollhouse. Let's go.
Exactly how far you can go. And I promise you, I will protect you.
Oh, that stinks.
How do I know
that
I can
stinks.
Like I said, you'll learn to trust me.
This is hard. This is heartbreaking.
We're screwed if we don't try. Everything Echo's done, everything she's become will be for nothing. It's up to us to finish this.
How do we even get inside, Boyd?
Play the perfect cover.
There's no need to sneak around. We have something Rossum wants.
Yeah, you do. You're looking at the wrong person. You could literally take Boyd hostage.
Did not work? Where did everyone go? Did they change their minds?
Who are you?
You are not serious. We're doing this again?
Oh, no.
Yes!
Not good. It's very bad.
Yes!
What am I wearing?
Tell me who you are.
It's me! Topher! Jeez!
Caught in a loop.
This world is for people who can evolve.
And does that include us?
Isn't that what you're here to find out?
Oh, this is... See, at least Saunders and Boyd are partners in more than one terms.
You're still thinking.
It was something only Topher would know.
Yeah, frankly, 90% of the things in my head, no one else knows. It would help to get caught up on the state of things here. I mean, for example, who are the dead dudes?
Hitmen from Rossum, I'm guessing.
I'm here for this. You guys know I love Edward portraying Topher.
Yeah, I can't just sit here. We have to fight.
That is so Ripley of you, and it's super sexy, but can I make a suggestion? Anthony, he's a soldier, right? I will sacrifice my personhood and give you back your boyfriend And then some.
We don't want to lose.
And then some what?
Enhancements, mad skills, ninja hacking.
Similar to Sierra when Nolan drugged her.
You think someone drugged Echo?
Topher, right tracks.
I don't know who yet, but I'm working on it. I left a little help of something back at the range.
What does that mean?
My backup wedge, Topher 2.0. Hopefully, Victor and Sierra came back fired enough and are on their way here with reinforcements, Cody.
Thank you for confiding in.
I don't feel any different. I mean, maybe it didn't take.
No, I think it. Nice reflexes. That's some Spider-Man level
I'm
reflexes.
suddenly okay with this.
Looks like somebody from Tucson knows we're here. What do you say we take the fight to them?
This is the shape of things to come.
I'm your girl.
Oh.
You'll learn to trust me.
Is Echo having a regen? It's like the classic regeneration effects.
Boyd.
Our girl knows.
Imprint. Anyone. No need for Inactive's cranial architecture in your coconut. One zap with the laser. Psst. You're a doll. Whoa! Whoa! What is wrong with you?
It doesn't work.
Well, good.
It's a
Maybe you
prototype.
don't have the cojones to finish the job.
But he was gonna try and silence him, wasn't he? If this was gonna work.
And I decided it doesn't matter anymore. We feel what we feel. Then I didn't want to reach the end.
Deeply put.
Okay?
He was never going to
We'll find the mainframe.
let Melly go.
Topher Brink. You did it in 10 minutes.
He wanted
You truly
Topher
are
here.
I'm glad I chose you.
What?
Chose me for what?
And this is what's gonna.
You're here because you're my family. I love you guys.
No.
I'm the Tin Man, she's the Lion, and you're the head of the Lollipop Guild, who's the traitor.
You've proven yourselves in so many ways. I wanted you all with me. Except for Paul. There's always one relative you can live without. And frankly, I never understood what you saw in him.
So you want us to keep you company?
Tended to care for me, and I believed you. How could you do that?
I know you're angry.
Don't touch
I'm
me.
pissed.
I did. I do care for you.
You said
More than
did.
you'll ever know. Cerebral spinal column. We've tried to replicate it, but we can't. It's unique to your physiology. So we're going to harvest it from you.
This is a what a
We're gonna use the
lunatic.
spinal fluid to make a vaccine against imprinting.
Is such a thing even possible?
Just don't friendly fire, okay? Oh no.
There are 3 flowers in a vase.
No! This is what I was worried about! She has a gun! She has a gun!
When we were together, you made me feel like a real person.
You are to us.
Begin the extraction.
Boyd! Fuck you! This is... our heroes!
Thought you two would be on a beach in Cancun by now.
Never left a man behind before. Not gonna start today.
Besides, we're family.
Yeah, this is the real family.
Call us whatever you want, just not family.
kind of a taboo
know about Boyd.
term after Boyd's.
See that one coming.
He's holding me down, Topher, in a research lab.
Apocalypse.
Thought apocalypse.
Is brain apocalypse better? I figure if I'm responsible for the end of the world, I get to name it.
I gave plans for
Topher.
holding. I'm just as culpable.
Thanks, Adele. You handed someone a piece of paper.
I will scrub the floor with you. 15 years of switching bodies. I've made some improvements to the OS. Besides, I don't care what happens to this body. You do.
You know what? You're still a Windows XP and she's Windows 10. Come on, Echo. Show who's number one. Show who's number one.
At this rate, we're gonna kill each other. On life support, we can still tap your spine.
To be fair, you should have put her to sleep if you didn't want her to get... He's a monster, come on!
I wanted to keep you around because I like you, but I don't really need you alive.
Come on, Echo.
I know. Did I fall asleep?
For a little while.
Oh my god! How ironic is that? Oh no!
And pull the pin out. Do you understand?
Yes.
Shh.
I try to be my best.
What the freaking hell? She's going for the movie star dramatics. Right. Wait. Oh, the future's still gone to shit, hasn't? Oh my god, really?
Go. We gotta keep moving.
Rossum would have a backup plan, wouldn't they? So correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to recall, I think there was a statement about China's playing this whole in the future in Epitaph 1. I think there was a statement by one of the resistant members about China's play in the whole end of the world scenario, which would see like if well, of course, like if other countries, if the whole world was affected, other countries would have had to have the technology. That means, like before the Rossum building blew up, that Boyd or Clyde would have had to have sent these plans to these game-changing plans that could turn anyone into adult other Rossum buildings around the world, so, which is a pretty smart idea. Don't get me wrong. So, but that it does explain how Echo's statement about the world being saved isn't quite valid. So, yeah. But it should be very, very interesting to see the final ever episode of Dollhouse, and if there is any way that they can fix this, future mess. So yeah, and I think it's the last episode to take place in present day, I guess. Very subjective, isn't it? Considering 2019, yeah. But this was a perfect episode, I feel, in terms like it in terms of like I'm sure they would have had a lot more opportunities if the story of Dollhouse was fleshed out a bit more. But I feel like with what we had, it was really, really good in terms of explaining Boyd, and not just I guess his like intentions, but also like how he wanted to like test the characters, and how he loved the character, like loved some of the characters. He didn't care too much about Paul, but he he did everything to Adele, to Echo, etc., as a test, because Saunders did mention something about the fact that the worthy shall survive and the rest can burn in hell for all that matter, and that relates to her comment. So, and that was the truth to Boyd, like those who proved their worth would survive and would gain his affection. So, but it was a very, very sinister way he approached it, wasn't it? So it was like, no. But I thought the way that Boyd went as well with him blowing up the building was a really, really good way to go, because at the same time it was also sad because it was him being a doll, so it wasn't exactly Boyd paying for his crimes because he was no longer Boyd anymore. But you had to take out the building, and this was the way to go. Not just that though, but like I said, there was that mirror with Echo and Boyd with that "Did I fall asleep?" Going way back to the beginning when Boyd was her was her handler. So yeah. But I loved the explanation that Boyd gave off in terms of how he pushed everyone to be greater. Like Adele, for example, he wanted her to become greater than who she was, especially in those times of doubt. And I was just thinking when he was making those statements to every time, like Adele, for example, like the elevator chat when Rossum had a more stricter control over like Adele's dollhouse. He encouraged her to step up, and lo and behold, she did. So yeah, but also it was great to have some explanation to why Echo was particularly special with the chemicals in her spine. It would be beneficial in terms of being some kind of immunity from wipes. So yeah, but it was a really, really good episode too. Not just that though, but I like how Boyd's secret alignment wasn't like exposed accidentally. He wanted like the pieces to be put in place very, very carefully, and then he could take off the mask. For example, he knew he was manipulating Topher, and then Topher would find out, and he wasn't exactly oh shit about it. Yes, Topher and Priya, which I'll get onto that in a minute, they did find out, but they weren't able to tell the rest of the group and exposed his identity. And Boyd was happy to basically take the mask off and say, yes, I've been a villain all this time. So he played it really, really smart. Not just that though, but forcing Adele to speak those command words to Melly, and that was rough. Like when Melly shot herself. I was kind of thinking Melly wasn't in Epitar once, so is she going to die or something? And I didn't expect her to take her own life like that. So yeah, really rough stuff. But yeah, like I said, I really loved the how Langton portrayed like his character. No, with us knowing that, like, from the last episode, he revealed who he truly was. It was not just that though, but Saunders being imprinted with the Clyde 2.0 personality, which does play back onto my comments in the attic. It's going to be someone that we know, and it was. But I thought that comment was like, you're a bit off with the Langton reveal, like Langton's partner being, not Langton's partner, Clyde's partner being someone that we know. So, yeah, but hey, it makes sense. Now they can be partners in more than one sense, so yeah. Which begs the question, if the future's still happening, then did Saunders make it out of the exploded dollhouse building because she was there in the future, and I'm assuming everything that we saw in Epitaph 1 has gone according to plan. And well, by the time the next episode does start up, so yeah. But I gotta say, the fight with Echo and Whiskey was really, really amazing, especially since we have that #1 thing that's been going around since last season. So this was a true test to see who was #1, and Echo came out on top. So yeah, it was really good. I felt so bad for Paul as well, like losing Melly, and I love that talk about who we really are. Like, we don't have to let the fact that we're being imprinted mean that that's a fake life. We can, if we want this to be us, then yeah, this is us at the end of the day. Like, because Paul's now an imprint, isn't he? And it's funny because he's an imprint, but he's still who he was before he became an imprint. But I think that really does put a strong term in the whole who we really are thing, because Paul is still who he is at the end of the day. So yeah, I think that's how I'll take it. But I really, really loved how this episode went by. It was great. Very shocking, especially towards the end with Echo wiping Boyd's mind, and him blowing himself up with the Rossum building, so which explains why he isn't in the future. But not just that though, but we had Topher 2 come back. Wasn't expecting that, but I'm so glad, because if you guys, for you guys who checked out my reaction with the 2 Tophers, I think it was episode 6, then you guys know I longed for Topher 2, because Enver did a fantastic freaking job portraying Topher, and in this episode, he doesn't lack anything. He was absolutely amazing. So it was great to see Enver portray Topher once again. It was just really, really incredible. But it was Topher had a really, really good plan with leaving the imprint there. And they were able to figure out, oh, Langton's a traitor. Oh no. And I really liked how I'm really loving the speaking of Topher, I'm really loving how all of season's 2 events is building towards how we will see Topher really depressed and beating himself up about the future, like Langton leading him to the trap, because Langton wanted him to fix the mind wipe device. He will beat himself up because he even said to Adele, I assisted in, I basically became the main culprit in ending the world. I fixed this, I did all of that, I handed the plans. So yeah, and I think this will be the final straw once the future, once countries start collapsing, should I say? That will be it. So, but I love how the development has been building towards this for Topher's character, like how all of these actions, in Topher's mind, will give him reason to kick himself and beat himself up about like how he assisted in the end of the world. So, yeah. But I really loved how this episode went by. It was really great and tense, and it was great. I loved it. So yeah, I will see you guys for the final episode of Dollhouse. Don't like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check the videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!